Hi, my name is Tad. I'm with BCAT.
Had, oh my gosh, I was just saying when I saw today's interviews, I was like, oh my gosh, BCAT. I used to produce BCAT.
Well, that's great. We're here at the Public Library in Burlington, and over the summer, we do book reviews with the library. Over the summer, our young adult librarian, Nicole, did a book review on a book called Moxie. And she said that they're making a movie out of this, and Amy Poehler is making the movie out of this. So I thought, what a great opportunity to do something cool. So without further ado, I have Nicole Monk, our young adult librarian, for you.
Hi, Nicole. Hi.
Oh, I love your heart and your star.
Thank you. Thank you so much for talking about the book. How cool.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Same. I'm excited to be back on BCAT. It's been a long time.
Well, welcome home. So I'm curious, you're actually quoted on the first edition of the book, and it says, Moxie is sweet, funny, and fierce. Read this and then join the fight. So I'm curious how you learned about it before it was even really published and why you wanted to provide a quote.
I have a producer that works with me, Kim Lessing, and she came in and said, I just read something really great. You should take a look. We should think about whether or not it could be something, special, like a film. We all loved it. And it was one of those great projects that started kind of in-house from the bottom up. So we met with Jennifer, we optioned the book, we found writers, we, produced it. I decided to direct it and be in it. So it was just like a really fun process, very collaborative process for sure.
Oh, that's amazing. So how involved was Jennifer Mathieu in the making of the movie? What was it like collaborating with an author?
Well, what's so special about Jennifer is she's a teacher. she's an English teacher in Texas. So she was writing what she knew. And we spoke to her about really trying to, maintain the soul of the book, the feeling of it, especially the mother-daughter relationship, which a lot of what the story, is centered around. But Jennifer kind of gave us, her blessing to make a film out of it. And when you do that, things change in adaptation. So there are some things in the film that are different or that we've added or maybe, spent less time on, but I think we're trying to stay true to her original vision.
Oh, that's so great. So I'm curious, were you a Riot Girl? Is that part of what you were so excited about with this?
Well, I was living in Chicago by that point in the 90s, so I knew the music. Certainly, I was a huge fan of those musicians. I think I wasn't cool enough to be a part of that scene. I was in the comedy scene, which was a different kind of scene, a lot less cool, but I was a young person, during the 90s, and I watched the way that DIY feeling of making music, influenced a lot of different people.
I think teens that are inspired by Moxie would also find a lot to be inspired by with your Amy Smart Girls. So I'm wondering if you'd talk a little bit about that and share that with our teens.
Sure. Yeah. It's a website and a place that we started over 10 years ago. It was kind of based off of a online digital series that we had. And just to show you how different things have changed in 10 years, as your viewers know. I mean, that was back when there was a whole other network of ways to make TV. But it is a place for young people to come to find their community and to figure out what they care about. And it's actually very similar to Moxie. The hope is that people can find their voice and find ways that they can practice using it.
And what are you hoping that teens take away from Moxie?
Well, I really hope they think it's cool and funny. And I hope they think that the characters are people they recognize. I hope it's a film that inspires them or challenges them. I hope they have a feeling about it. It doesn't even have to be a good one. I just hope they feel something about it. I hope they sense that the cast cared deeply about what they were making. I hope they feel a sense of authenticity because, it really existed in the making of this. And I think we're all coming off a very lonely year, very isolated year. So I think if it reminds them the community is important, finding your group, and that you can't do anything alone, then we've done our job right.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. That's actually all the questions I have, because I know we don't have a lot of time together, but
I have so much. Can I just say something about the Burlington Library? I spent so much time there. I just have such fond memories of being in that space, and my formative years were spent looking things up there, and just the smell of it and the smell of the books. I imagine it's changed quite a bit since I've been, but I'm sure that the spirit of curiosity and community still exists there. So kudos to the work that you do.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited. I did just, Tad wanted me to mention that we're doing actually these movie release bags as well. So we're giving out like goodies, and we have stickers from Netflix and like themed things on how to make a zine and hearts and stars to go with.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm so excited.
I'm wearing my hearts and stars, and for people that don't know, in the film, this is just an example of how the young women kind of signal to each other that they're going to join the fight. And I just want to say that unlike Leslie Knope, I love libraries. Leslie Knope would not be caught dead in this interview. And, you librarians know what I'm talking about. But I am not Leslie. I'm Amy Poehler, and I love libraries, and I love the Burlington Public Library, most of all.